Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for Aquarius season. We're going to determine what you need to leave behind officially in 2025. That's it, no more. We're not bringing it into the new year, okay? If you feel discouraged or if you feel like you didn't make any resolutions, it's a bust year, not true at all. I believe in resolutions. I think it's good to have them. Despite not going through with it, it's good to have a goal or ambition. It's better to start something than not at all. So, we are going to determine what you need to leave behind, and then we will then look into what you should focus or embrace this year and what the overall energy and theme will be around, okay? All right. Don't forget to like and to follow, okay? I see 2 cards came out. Let me just really look at them. Let's flip it. And let's flip it a few times. Alrighty, so what you should leave behind in 2025. We have the Magician here. If you have to leave the Magician behind in 2025, this indicates someone who's either, this is someone who can be very manipulative. This is someone who always has an agenda, okay? They're always thinking ahead, never has the person in mind. The only person they have in their mind is them, their wants, their desires, how to make things happen. Very logical. If it's not a person you need to let go of who exudes this kind of personality, then I would suggest that maybe it is you. Okay? In what ways were you the magician? In what ways did you do things that caused the manipulation and confusion onto others, and this time it came back to you? I feel like there was a lesson that you learned where you weren't being your true self, nor were you being authentic, and it came and bit you in the ass. Okay? Hence your reason for leaving it behind. You tell me, Capricorn. Hate to say it, but out of all the zodiac signs, you guys are the greatest gaslighter, in my opinion. Because how can the devil is who the devil is. In traditional tarot, you are the devil entity. And the devil never apologizes. He doesn't take accountability. So when you are in a position where someone expects you to take accountability, and of course, you don't see things emotionally because you don't understand things emotionally, you revert things back to the other person. Instead of understanding, instead of, having some consideration, you're quick to defense and quick to justify your reasons and maybe even suggest you're perfect and you didn't do anything wrong, but the person who's complaining is A, B, C, D, E, and G. So either you are leaving that person or you are that person. I'll let you decide. What you should focus on, the sun. Now, this year is a great year to focus on the bigger picture, on seeing, perhaps let's change our mindset a bit, Capricorn. You and Virgo are notorious for pessimism. I know you like to consider realism. There's a fine line. But now we are going to see 2026 as an opportunity to maybe to look at the glass half full instead of half empty. Try it. It's no harm. Try it with things that you feel that if you were to lose or, it's not a loss. Baby steps, right? I'm not trying to say to be unrealistic in your goals and your plans and to kind of just go on a whim here, right? There are consequences. I understand that. But with little things that you can afford, a loss here or there, try to see the unknown outcome as positive. Maybe something going towards you, in your favor. Maybe feeling like you can be that lucky. The sun is shining on you. Why not? Okay. So some of you are going to probably feel a bit radiant. You know what I think this energy is? Saturn, your planet, going into the sign of Aries. Aries is definitely one who sees things on a very enthusiastic and optimistic approach. Aries is known as the front runner, the leader, even the fool sometimes. They'll take the risk. They do first, think later. I'm not asking you to do that, but just to get a little bit out of your comfort zone and maybe just having a little more enthusiasm and a little more optimism into how things are going to turn out, right? Maybe letting go a little bit of that control, Capricorn. And your overall theme, Nine of Cups. I love this. Honestly, if you were to actually believe things will work out for you rather than like being this dude or expecting someone to make things work out for you, and you give yourself a little bit more faith and credit, I think you'll find a lot of happiness internally. I think you will feel a sense of gratitude. And I think for most of you will understand spirituality and how that really works. When you allow yourself to enjoy yourself, when you allow yourself to see a positive outcome rather than a negative one, in a way, there's not much to control there because all your faith, all your energy is in the faith to know that things will happen. So you're a very powerful person. It's either you don't see it, so you rely on other people and you think they are the magician in comparison, they hold more power than you, or you are the type of person that's always gotten away with manipulating others and putting on a facade, okay? And then it bit you in the ass. So it's like, either way, we have to let go of this. It's in a way, it's all from the ego, either out of fear or out of insecurity. So that's what you have to leave behind and embrace that you are deserving of things. And if things work out, great. If they don't, that's okay too. We don't need so much control. We can let things be. So I think once you master being able to detach from an outcome, it doesn't have to feel so personal. It doesn't have to be something that you feel like you have to think the worst of so you can plan for it. It's approaching things, it's just being present. It's not thinking into the future, which I know you guys love to do. And I get it. To you guys, it's practicality at its bare minimum. But try something different. You're cardinal earth. You're capable of moving, even if it takes a while, like an earthquake. Earthquakes don't happen all the time, but when they do, they're pretty drastic. They're pretty drastic. All right. Let's get into it. The Chariot. So, I think accepting, having more faith, it's not something like I'm telling you to do it, now you do it. I'm not trying to give you an order, okay? I'm not trying to give you a command. But when I say to be more intentional, listen to your intuition. It's being able to observe who is the ego and who is the angel on your shoulder, okay? When we learn to let go and just decide to, I'm going to follow my intuition on this and go with it, rather than trying to find reason, logic or reason, right? Because I think sometimes that trips you up. You can't differentiate what is real and what isn't. So you're going to need practice when it comes to discerning that, okay? The High Priestess came out. This confirms that you're gonna have to discern your inner voice so you could be able to follow it and trust it more for this Nine of Cups to come in. All right, that's the focus for you, Capricorn. It's a bit different than what you're used to. For you, it's all about finances, career, security. You know what I mean? God forbid something happens. I need to save for this much, or how much money can I get? What should I do? What should I invest in? All right, what business idea can I have? That's where your mind is most of the time. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're a hardworking sign. You're very practical. You are old school. But this year, we're going to have to focus on the other aspects of ourselves that are not as active as much. Okay? One that can bring a lot of wealth and prosperity, not just in terms of money, but as far as your environment goes, as far as what you're connected to. It's an inner rich life. So something that I believe you're feeling that you want to aspire to. I think you've reached the pinnacle where you feel comfortable. okay, in terms of maybe achieving the successes that you want. And now I think you want more internally, okay? And I think this is a great start. I think, to be honest, I don't expect anything less. You know, the Nine of Pentacles is a great card. This is financial freedom, okay? It is having it all. Despite not having the whole family aspect of it, like a partner and a legacy, you still are good by yourself. There's a sense of peace and tranquility here. And usually when you reach that state, that's when all the good things attract to you. So you're almost at the finish line already. So yeah, this is a really great turnout thus far. And it will be this way if you focus on looking at things half full, the glass half full. Okay, seeing in every aspect that you find, circumstance, situation that you find to be challenging or an inconvenience or a struggle, just try to find the silver linings in each one of those things. Try to point them out. Because that's something you can work with. Something that you've never considered before. You may find that an idea will come in, and that magician will always be with you. Whether it is internally, the way you use it internally, or that hidden power from you, it is there. And once you discover that, it's focusing on bringing the good aspects of being a magician, not the ones that make you feel depleted. Okay? All right. What you're also aspiring to is a little more balance. You want to help those that, you know, that are around you, whether it's family, whether you are an entrepreneur and you want to give back to your employees for all the good work that they've done. You know, it's your children. It is your friendship circle. It is your sense of community. The thing you want to give back on more of a, whether it's just an internal perspective. It's not so much financial. Although it can be, because when you have the proper resources, you can build anything that you set your heart, mind, and desire to. But I really feel like this has to do with internal peace and being able to acquire that for yourself, so then you can also give back and perhaps make money off of it. Let's be real. You guys are very business minded, so I wouldn't be surprised if there is some kind of financial intention attached to it. So be it. I'm not going to judge you for it. That's just how you operate. I'm just pointing it out. But there's a sense of wanting to combine those things together. And it makes sense because also Neptune is getting into Aries, and especially for those who are in the millennial generation, you have Capricorn in Saturn and Neptune is all about spirituality and also profiting from that spirituality because the Capricorn aspect. So that's what this is. So again, no judgment, no shame, just as long as you're doing it intentionally. Again, we're leaving the negative aspects of the magician behind. Not the good, not the ones that can help people and transform not only others, but themselves. Okay. You have your sights. Some of you have your sights on a fire sign energy. There's a sense of wanting to build something emotionally solid with either a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius. And honestly, I don't blame you. As a fire sign, I find earth signs to be, and I think this is just my chart because my 7th house is in Taurus, but when it comes to security and stability, I absolutely feel that the most with an earth sign than any other sign. Okay? And earth signs, you know, because most of them are very practical and rational, and you know, they like fire because fire brings out a sense of enthusiasm and a way of thinking that they can't even unlock. They're too realistic to have that kind of mindset. So the fire sign will kind of bring that excitement into an earth sign's environment. So there is a need to build with someone okay? Or to like have it all, or you feel like you have it all with someone who knows what they want, who's so assured like you are. And some of you have probably messed it up. Or you were the person that brought that into this person's life and they don't deserve it. Like I said, we're leaving the magician behind, right? The negative aspects of that magician. So now we're getting into what happened in 2025. Either you messed up with the fire sign that you could have had it all with, or you were the person that this manipulative, like to use silence against you energy. You give them everything and they don't deserve it. They don't care. They manipulate you. They make you feel like they gaslight you, right? They gaslight you. They use your gaslighting skills against you. It's like you are on the other end of things. I am now understanding what this is for 2025. Okay, let's get an oracle card. I just want to say, okay, that fire sign, Aries. And you want to know what happened? You or them dangled the carrot. Remember, apply to what position you were in. Either you dangled the carrot to them and it's no more, or they did it to you. But someone was definitely unhappy, for sure. And they did it out of pettiness. Okay, being in control, being authoritative due to insecurity. All right. So, do you have an opportunity to make it right? Or do you have an opportunity for this to come back? You do, but I should assure you that even if the opportunity presented itself, the circumstances are not going to change. So, let me save you the trouble there. Don't go back to anything that you know does not consider you, and please, out of the sake of your dignity, stop manipulating other people so you could feel like you're in a position of power. It's not cool. It's not cool. Sometimes you're so loud with it that it's obvious. So I'll just say that, Capricorn. And that's only for those that are really good at gaslighting. So I'm going to leave that there. But yeah. Either way, there's no sense in going back to it. All right? You did what you did. The person did what they did. Accept it for what it is and move on. All right? That's my message for you. Once you move on, you can focus on yourself. And then, like I said, once you focus more on yourself, it's a sunny road. And it's like full of happiness. And then you have sovereignty. You have power of being just at the highest. You will elevate to your highest self. You will climb that mountain and find yourself, and you will be in a position with actually more power than you've ever had before. And you will realize that power has a lot to do with being stoic, and it's having a sense of understanding. Because once you have understanding, there's no need to be angry, or there's no need to control. Instead, there's more acceptance. And I think that's great. I think that's a great outcome. To get sovereignty as that card, there's no other better card in the deck. So, like always, you're always reaching the highest of heights. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you to get there. Inevitably, you do. So, and that's up to you. All right, Capricorn, thank you so much for watching. I will see you Pisces season.